It's November 22nd, and this is the Scalper's Gold Update. So, the last time we talked about that 10,360 area as being a big target, being the 50% retracement off the March lows. Okay, obviously we did hit that. Actually got a couple of closes above it, and we got a market structure high that formed that had a short trigger. It did not trigger short in the YM on Friday, but let me pull the ES in here. But you can see that the ES had that market structure high here that did trigger short on Friday down to the 13S, the light blue line here. That's our bull bear line. Now, when you get disagreement between these two markets, typically it means we're going to get some consolidation or some choppy action, maybe some spikes up, some spikes down. Given this is a big, this is a pretty big area, expect the market to pause here and kind of take stock. We've got to see. The market typically likes to, move higher into a holiday. We got Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas, the end of the year. So we'll see if maybe after this consolidation period, if they're going to make a push into the end of the year, we'll see. Always have to be mindful of these market structure highs as we hit these important areas like this 10,360. Have to pay attention. If you get a market structure high, it could be the top. Not necessarily saying that it is the top. We could have more to go. The market's going to kind of pause here, check the internals, see if these prices are supported here. So in the ES here on the left, wasn't a real, we got to bounce off the support close to, about halfway, about a midpoint of the range on Friday. So the possibility is that we can set up a market structure low on Monday with a long trigger on Tuesday heading into Thanksgiving on Thursday. The YM didn't trigger, so it's a little stronger market here. It will have a market structure low, and it does have a long trigger already for here for Monday. Long side trigger there. That's going to be at 10,333. Again, expect that it's going to be choppy. We may get some spikes, maybe make a new high, but it looks like consolidation when you get these two markets. Just a little bit of disagreement. Now let's take a look at the weekly to see where that is. You see the weekly again has been long. The scalpers will go long there at 9,067. We're at 10,303 with a stop now on the weekly at 95.94. So locked in profit there. You can't lose on that. But we formed a weekly market structure low that triggered long last week, and we'll see. Like I said, beyond the 10,360 area, obviously 10,500 and 11,000. And this will coincide with the monthly resistance. We'll take a look at the monthly here. So here we are, made our 50% retrace in here. Now we're going to see, like I said, we're going to move up onto 11,000, or we're going to roll things back over. If they take this out, this area here out, then, the possibility is we could test those March lows. So we'll see. Expect some consolidation. Maybe if those longs trigger tomorrow towards the upside into Thanksgiving. We'll see what the end of the year looks like. But the other thing I was going to show you here, if you don't have a system in place that tells you when you're right to continue to stay with your trade and tells you where you're going to be wrong and get out of the trade, then you're really missing out on what makes successful trading. Here's the Scalper's Gold system. This is on the YM. This happens to be the 223 tick chart, which we've been using in the room. Here was the open on Thursday. This was before options expiration Friday. We get a short signal just after the market opened at 10,339. This comes out in real time before the price gets to that level, so you get time to place your order. We check the trend to make sure the trade is in the direction of the trend. It has to be yellow or red to be able to take a short trade. Let me move this over here. So this is our trend line here. This is our scalper's line. We only worry about the scalper's line once we get into the trade. So we know we can take this trade. We have the green light to take the trade. We get in. Now how do we know once we get into the trade? Anybody can enter the market, but how do you know when you're right and when you're wrong? Well, this system tells you as you get into the trade starts to go against us here a bit, and we get this stop prints in real time. Tells us this is where we got to put our stop. So we end up with a 10-point stop. Okay, that stop was not hit. The momentum stayed to the downside. We can stay with the trade. The system's going to tell us where to put our next stop. This whole time it just says stay short, stay short. Our scalper line here is telling us stay short until we run into another 2 consecutive blue dots on that scalper line. It tells us we need to move our stop from back up here down to here, and the market came up, didn't hit that stop, rolled over again, got as low as 10,246 before it popped up, and we stopped there at 10,271. So about almost 70 points on that short. But the point is, if you need to have something that tells you, when you're right and when you're wrong, and it automatically helps you to keep your losses smaller and allows you to keep your winners on average larger than your losses. Big key to trading. So if you don't have a system, check out the Scalper's Gold trading system. You can use it as a standalone trading system. You can use it in conjunction with other stuff that you've got. If you have other methods of entry, you can use it just to manage your trade. So let's say you had a signal to enter the market at 10,320. Maybe you just flipped a coin and it said go short. But how do you manage the trade from there? Well, the Scalper's Gold can tell you. You can stay short until it gets here, place your stop. It goes in your direction more, finally gets stopped out there at 71. Prints it right for you on the chart, so you know ahead of time where to place your stop and where to exit. And finally, hope to have a new system coming out, the ATM system, hopefully shortly after Thanksgiving. Just wrapping some stuff up, getting some other stuff done. Again, here's this trade from that same day with this system. We look for, this is our trend line here. If it's sloping up, we're looking for longs. We're looking for longs in this case, so we're looking for our ATM price filter bars to be blue. The first bar that turns blue, that crosses the line here, we're going to go long there. And the scalp portion of the trade, we're going to manage it with the ATM line. As long as the momentum doesn't get 2 consecutive pullbacks, we can stay long. But once it does, we got one here, pullback, one here, pullback, 2 consecutive pullbacks. So we've got to exit here with about 15 points on the scalp portion. I happen to be the only setup that day. Anyway, hope that helps, and we'll do it all again next week.